to the panelist table.
Thank you. This is to both candidates. You're both law enforcement, longtime law enforcement officers. I was curious how you would separate your personal and professional opinions about recreational marijuana from the decision-making process when it comes to regulating that industry.
And Randy, you are first on the coin flip.
Well, that's not too difficult to do. Yes, a long time ago I told people that I did take a federal an oath to obey the federal law too, which is still against marijuana. But the state of Washington says that marijuana is okay. It's here to stay. It's not going to go anyplace. So I'm fine with it. I don't have to separate that anymore. So the big thing for Chelan County right now is to come up with the right rules and regulations for the marijuana industry, to make the industry the best neighbors as they can with their neighbors.
It's not going to be hard to separate. The fact of the matter is I-502 was an initiative of other people. 52% of the voters in Chelan County that voted in that election said that they wanted to be able to have marijuana processing, sale of marijuana, and producing of marijuana in the county. Now that we have the marijuana industry here, I had an opportunity to sit on the I-502 work group for Chelan County. And the upside for that was the opportunity to be able to see and meet with the industry, to be able to work with concerned citizens, and to be able to see exactly what that industry was about. Being able to take a look at this is not Kevin Overbay's personal agenda. This is serving the people of Chelan County. And so what it comes down to is the fact that I have to serve those people, and I have to do the right thing for the county to move the county forward, both to protect the private property rights of the individuals that are being affected right now, but also to grow the economy that business maybe has for this potential community. And so to make the decisions is going to be able to take a look at both sides of the issue and to be able to see what is going to be best for the citizens of Chelan County, for our economy, but also for that industry as a whole.
Thank you, Bill.
Dave Bernstein, your first question for Kevin Overbay.
Kevin, how would you approach the Mission Ridge expansion proposal in balancing the sportsmen's or property owners' concerns and the obvious recreational and economic benefits to the valley?
That's a great question. We had an opportunity last night, as a matter of fact, to be part of the Stimmill Partnership meeting. And that partnership actually was formed right around 2007, 2008 timeframe. And as the chairman of the Malaga-Clocken Community Council, I actually signed on as a participating group for that committee. And the expansion itself, Josh Jorgensen had an opportunity to present that to the panel last night, and he's been doing a presentation about that. And some of the concerns were for the Upper Wheeler Reservoir and the protection of that water source that's there. And those are mitigating factors that have already been discussed. They've had an open and transparent opportunity to talk with people. And as this continues to move forward, they want to be open and transparent about that. That expansion would be a great thing for our community. And the reason being is it allows for that economic development to occur. It will actually create additional jobs. It will also take something that has been in existence for 50 years and be able to carry it to the next 50 years. And so when you take a look at what they're trying to do there, they are trying to, not just survive, but they're really trying to make something that is very good for our community, that's going to actually bring tourism dollars here, that's going to actually provide an opportunity for our own citizens to really enjoy a state-of-the-art facility. And not only is it just for the expansion of the downhill skiing opportunities with the opportunity for new and beginner skiers, which is part of that expansion, but also it provides an opportunity for Nordic skiers and other type of winter projects that maybe even might be able to work into the summer. So they have engaged the sportsmen. The sportsmen have been a part of the conversations with them, and they continue to do that. And that's what the whole key is the collaboration, bringing the different groups together that have an interest and taking a look at what it is that they need to do so you can work that out and mitigate it. Thank you.
Dave, your question for Randy Harrison.
And Randy, I'm going to ask you the same question. Again, how will you approach the Mission Ridge expansion proposal that again balances the sportsmen's or property owners' concerns and the recreational and economic benefits it could provide for the county?
Well, I also attend the Stimmill Partnership meetings, and I'm also the vice chair of the Malaga Community Council, so it is a very important thing. One of the things along besides the economic growth that could come from increasing that recreational opportunity, there's also protecting the natural resources that we have. And Mission Ridge is a wonderful, basically a natural resource. They do have a good plan for expansion. They are being very transparent about it, and they'll probably continue to do that. And last night at the Steel Partnership, Josh again was giving a presentation on their ideas for the expansion. But I welcome the opportunity. I think it's a very good thing. We have a lot of skiers that really enjoy that place, and they really are talking about adding some other attractions on, like Nordic skiing and some other things. So yeah, it's a very good idea. I give credit to Mission Ridge, and I think they're going to do a good job with the expansion that I hope that we all are going to welcome. Thank you.
Steve Hare, you're next, and your question for Randy Harrison.
Randy, what is your level of knowledge about the BHO?
The BHO. Okay, what does the BHO stand for, Steve?
Behavioral Health Organization.
Used to have a different name, huh?
RSN.
Yes, yeah, Regional Support Network. Well, you know, as a police officer, we realize the great increase that there are people with some emotional issues, and a lot of the homelessness that we see, those people have some issues with mental health too, and you know, it's one of our jobs, the homelessness and mental health, to promote those. I think Douglas County and Chelan County are doing a good job with the resources they have. It's something that needs to be increased. You know, a lot of times as a police officer, we'll be the first ones to respond, you know, before mental health will get there or so forth. And we do everything that we can as the immediate response to that. But yeah, the way they have it set up now will work pretty good. And that's a very good question, Steve. Thanks.
Kevin Overbay.
Kevin, thank you. Let's see, where am I in my question here? How would you describe the relationship between the county and the federal agencies that manage 87% of our land area in Chelan County?
I would say that the relationship is not a bad relationship, but I think it could be improved. You know, we receive PIL funding, you know, pay in lieu of taxes for the properties that are part of the, that encompass that 85 to 87% of our county. And the thing is we take a look at, there's a lot of different issues that come along with those properties. One of the issues, of course, is the management, wildland management of those, you know, as far as wildland fire management, and just good stewardship of that. And so to be able to have a voice in that, especially in those areas that would adversely impact the immediate areas as far as the population areas, the wildland urban interface areas. In addition to that, we have seen some closures of some roadways. We've seen some denied access to some areas up the Aniak and so forth. And so, you know, this becomes contentious because folks have a tendency to want to be able to go into the forest, and they want to have access to these places. And when those accesses are denied, then it falls upon folks to come together and try to find out the resolution and say, hey, how is it that we can get these accesses? I know that Senator Parlett has been working for years to try to get a road in the Stehekin area, you know, built that has, you know, and so I would say that, you know, it's a decent relationship, but I think it can very well be improved, and it would be one of those things that I would definitely work on as your next commissioner.
So we've come to our closing statements, and Randy Harrison, you've got 1 minute.
Well, I want to first thank everybody for being here tonight. This has been quite the experience. I've been throughout Chelan County from one corner to the other, and I really have met a lot of wonderful people. I want to thank all the people that have supported my campaign. I truly appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. My whole life, adult life, has been about public service, and even though my law enforcement career is finally coming to an end, I still have a very strong desire to want to continue to help my home community, Chelan County, and so that's what I hope to do. I still have a lot of eagerness and motivation and left in me. I tell my wife I still have some spunk. And so I appreciate your vote. Thank you.
And Kevin Overbay.
As a fourth generation resident here, I've watched things change in our valley, and things are going to continue to change. And we have been and seen policies and actions or inactions taken that are kind of behind the change. You need to have a commissioner who is going to be out in front, who's going to be proactive, who's going to have the energy, enthusiasm, knowledge, skills, and abilities to be a full-time commissioner for you. And basically, at the end of this year, I will retire after 30 years of public service in the military and the Washington State Patrol. Having been the assistant district commander over a 5-county area, I have a diverse background. I have a diverse experience in a lot of different things, budgeting and all the way down to management of critical incidents. So it comes down to the point where you have a choice. You're the employer. Do your homework, take a look at the resume, and pick the one who you feel is going to best serve you over the next 4 years. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Chelan County Commissioner candidates.